Hey guys, so I am just getting ready for the day. I am trying to get better about doing that slash getting back into doing that and like just getting my day started. So today I want to go to a coffee shop, get out of the house and just get some work done, things like that. So I want to get ready for the day and get out and go do some of that. But I wanted to kind of catch you up on what's been going on. I've been having this really bad cold sore on my lip. This is better actually. That's why I'm actually putting on makeup today. Like, let me just rewind because I was about to say today is like my first day feeling kind of back to normal a little bit, and that's why I'm like getting ready, putting on makeup, getting out of the house and stuff. Let me just rewind. So today is Wednesday. On Thursday, so almost a week ago from tomorrow, I had nasal surgery. So I did not have a nose job, but I did have surgery done in my nose. I went to the ENT, and I've always had bad allergies and a really hard time breathing and stuff like that. And I finally went to the ENT that was recommended to me by one of my friends. And I just for a long time thought it was normal that I was always congested and couldn't breathe, which I then find out is not normal. And it's not normal to only mouth breathe, which was what I was doing, and it's not normal to not be able to breathe normally through your nose all the time. Like I thought it was normal that my mouth was always like I was always mouth breathing, and I didn't I had read something on how bad it actually is for you, and I was like, what do you mean? Like I just thought it was normal. Anyway, I go and find out. I got a CT scan, find out that I have a deviated septum, but a normal deviated septum is usually like a C shape, which means that so your septum is the wall that divides your nostrils, and a normal deviated septum, which I'm sure you probably already know, but a typical deviated septum is C-shaped. That's the normal one, where it like the wall curves to one side or the other, making a C shape, and obstructing one of the nostrils. I was lucky enough to have what they call an S-shaped septum, meaning that it curves to one side up here and then curves over to the other side, like it curves to both sides, hence obstructing both nostrils. And also, the CT scan showed that my turbinates, whatever, which are also inside the walls of the nostrils, were just really swollen and enlarged, which gets, swollen and enlarged when it's aggravated by allergens, which I obviously have bad allergies. So I was just, going through it and just kind of like, no wonder I couldn't breathe. Thursday, I had my procedure, and it was just outpatient. I went in that day, my mom took me, and I couldn't eat the night before from midnight, which is typical of most procedures like that. But pretty much I had that done on Thursday, and then after, it was really weird because they did the IV and I didn't even know when they gave me the anesthesia, because they walked me over to the OR and got me on the table, and right when I got on the table, that's literally the last thing I remember, and I was out. And then I woke up and woke up in the recovery room in the post-op, and I just remember my throat really hurting from the breathing tube. I don't know, I was just having so much anxiety about that. I think just like having been worked in the hospital before and putting IVs in people, I was so anxious about even getting an IV, because I don't get a lot of things done. So I just was so anxious, and I was also super anxious about the breathing tube, which I knew they were gonna do, because obviously if I'm gonna be under and they're working through my nose, that I would be breathing through my mouth, and you run that risk of not getting enough oxygen to your brain and all that good stuff. Yeah, so when I woke up, I just remember I was fine. I was just like really out of it, but my throat was like killing me. And I just remember immediately they were like, "Do you want a popsicle?" And I was like, "Yeah, bring the popsicle." So I had 2 ice pops while I was waiting for my mom to come pick me up, or while I was waiting for them to like let me go, because they were pretty much, I was like, "When can I leave?" And they were like, "Well, when you feel like you can leave." And I was like, "All right, I'm leaving, like, call my mother." So my mom came to pick me up, took me home, and I had the day before picked up the prescription that the doctor sent to the pharmacy for me, which was like an anti-nausea, the antibiotics, which I'm still on, and oxy, which for the pain. For the first few hours, I'm fine. Like, I'm just kind of out of it. My throat is hurting. It's hard to swallow anything like water. I just remember, like, I just had no appetite. But as the hours wore on, as the anesthesia wore off, obviously the pain really started creeping in more. So I just remember, towards like the evening time, my pain was just getting really bad, and I remember the oxy was just not touching it. Like, the oxy was prescribed for every 6 hours, 1 pill. I was taking one, I had my timer set and everything. I was literally taking one every 3 hours. Like, I was doubling my dose, and it still wasn't touching the pain. And I was in so much pain. And it didn't get bad until like the nighttime. Like, into the night, I was literally like in tears. And I know that sounds dramatic, but I've always been like this, where I have a really high tolerance for medications. So I've always experienced this whenever I get like prescription medication or anything, like even over-the-counter stuff. I just know that I've always had this problem where it, like, Brian will say, like, "You're like bulletproof." Like, I feel like I am bulletproof when it comes to like medications and stuff like that. So I just remember, like, the oxy was not touching the pain at all. Into, like, I did not sleep at all that first night. And I just remember being up and like in so much pain. Every time I would fall asleep, I would literally wake up like crying, like in pain. And it was so bad. I just remember, like, all I could remember thinking the whole night was, I can't wait for the morning for the doctor's office to open so I can call them and ask them to prescribe me something stronger or like a higher dose. And morning came. I finally fell asleep like towards the morning, and I just remember I was just miserable. Like, and also, after the procedure, you're supposed to sleep like sitting upright pretty much. So I was just miserable that first night. Like, that first night, I don't want to say I wanted to cry, because I was literally crying because I was just so uncomfortable. The throat pain was still bad. Not only that, then the nose pain started settling in. And not only that, it was just like so much pressure in my face from the stents that he left in my like nasal cavities after the during the procedure that he put in there. So it was just like, that first night I wanted to die. Like, I was like, this is too much. It was bad, and I was literally like up, like moaning, like changing my bandages. Like, I had like a gauze under my nose to catch the drainage with like tape on my face. It was a hot mess. Like, it was not cute. I just looked busted. And not only that, this stupid cold sore presented itself like a week before my procedure, and it was just, I looked busted. Like, I may or may not insert a photo. I don't want to scare any children here, but it was bad, guys. That next day when I finally get up or whatnot, and I just was so out of it from the The thing is, the oxy made me a little bit woozy. Like, I was kind of like out of it and like kind of drowsy and stuff, but it didn't touch the pain, which was so annoying. So I was kind of out of it, and I didn't really like, I didn't have an appetite, I didn't have any energy. I just felt so weak and just like not good. And so I forgot to call the doctors until like later in the day, which by then like the pain had subsided. Like, it was fine. I don't know. It was just nothing compared to that first night. So I was just like, it's fine, whatever. But then eventually I was like, screw it, let me just call them and see what they say. So luckily my doctor was on call that weekend, so the next day was Friday. And like by now it was just a lot of pressure, like pushing on my face. It wasn't so much like pain. It was like discomfort and like, yeah, a little pain, but like nothing compared to that first night. So Friday, I called them, and I knew that my doctor had told me that he was going to be on call that weekend. So it's a practice where there's different ENTs there. And so I had called, and he was in a surgery for another patient. So I just like spoke to the front desk. See, and so my nose is still just like draining. I'll get to it, but I'll just randomly have drippage. Like, I could be in the middle of anything, and it's still like bloody snot, like like, oh my god, it's so painful. Because there's like the cut inside my nose, but see, like I'm literally just sitting here, and all of a sudden it just started pouring out. Okay, so the doctor's office, I called them again, and they were like, okay, your doctor's still in surgery, but we consulted with another physician since it was still Friday. And they said to go ahead and double up on the oxy. So take 2 instead of the 1, and combine it with the anti-nausea medicine. Mind you, at this point in the game, I had not touched the anti-nausea medicine. Like, it was as needed. I had no nausea. I was just in pain. So I hadn't taken any of that. Sorry, this is so gross, but my nose is like drainaging. Yeah, so at that point, I had not touched the nausea medicine, and I actually still haven't, because then a little bit after I spoke to them, I was like, okay, whatever, but I had just taken 1 oxy, like, maybe an hour before I called them again, so I didn't want to, like, layer it, like, overlap in a weird way, so I was like, I'll just wait till the next time I need to take it, and I'll, like, take double, or whatever, I guess. Then a little bit after that, my doctor calls me back, and he's like, have you tried Motrin? Ultimately, at the end of the day, like, it's all acetaminophen. So he was like, some people, everybody's body is different. So he was like, well, try Motrin. Like, you can take like 3 Motrins, or whatever. Just try the Motrin, because some patients have said that Motrin works better for them than the oxy. Like, you're just not supposed to take ibuprofen, so no Advil, or no aspirin, but he was like, you can try taking Motrin or Tylenol. So I waited till my next like go round, and I took some Motrin, and it didn't do like that much more, to be honest with you. Like, I just felt like nothing was really doing it at this point for me. Nothing was like touching it really. So at this point, throughout the whole weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I had my follow-up appointment on Monday. So throughout the whole weekend, I was just kind of like hanging in there, and I was just taking the medicine as needed, or every whatever hours, because at that point, if I'm being honest, it was like doable compared to that first night. Like, that first night was so bad that all the other days I was like, it's fine, like I'm not dying the way I was that first night, so I'll deal with it. Like, I took my medicine, but I wasn't like, I need to go, because when I was on the phone with my doctor, he was like, I'll be on call this weekend, so if it gets really, really bad, like if it gets that bad, you can come in and we can take the stents out. But I I'd really prefer if you could wait till Monday, till our appointment, so that it has time to just like, heal a little bit before we go in and take the stents out, because the stents are just, helping to keep that space open for it to really heal. So I was like, okay, screw it. Like, I'm not gonna cut it short, like the recovery, or I'm not gonna mess up that recovery by like taking it out early. I'll just wait. So I like made it through the weekend. I think the whole weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it was just so much pressure in my face. Like, I just had like a bad headache the whole weekend into Monday. Like, just so much pressure. Like, I could barely open my eyes. It was hard to swallow. Like, every time I would swallow water, it would hurt the top of my throat and back of my nose. It was just like so much pressure. Like, it was so uncomfortable, and I just felt like so lightheaded, and I just had a headache pretty much the whole time, and nothing was really making it go away. And so I just waited. I waited till Monday. So Monday was my appointment, and I go in for my follow-up, and they spray like they spray lidocaine to numb my nostrils, and also like Afrin to open up my sinuses and like breathing. And then he goes in to pull out the stents. When I tell you, the stents were like, I'm trying to see if I have anything that size. It was like, okay, it was flat, like it was a piece of plastic. But when I tell you, it was literally like this big. I am not joking. Like without this top piece, like just this plastic piece, it was like this big. Like shoved up my nose, like up. Okay. When he pulled that sucker out, I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Like, and there was one in each nostril, okay, like shoved up there. It was like this big. I'm not joking. Like, when he was pulling it out, I was literally like this. So once he took those out, I felt so much relief. Like, I felt a little bit, it was still congested, but I just felt like so much relief on my face. Like, it wasn't like just so much pressure. Going into this appointment, I thought the packing in my nose was gauze. Like, I thought there was just like a shit ton of gauze shoved up in there. It was a freaking piece of plastic the size of like a silverfish. It was really crazy. So that was crazy. And then he goes to get gauze and like soaks it in something, which I find out is like to numb my nostrils. So he takes gauze, like this long of a piece, and he goes and like shoves it up my nose. And I'm like, wait, why are we putting more stuff up there? We just took that out. And he was like, oh, it's to numb your nostrils so I can go in and suction the rest of the stuff out. And I was like, okay. So pretty much at this point, I'm just like, just do what you want, because I'm so uncomfortable. So he does that, and he was like, I'll be back. So he leaves. So he comes back in, takes the gauze out, and he's like, okay, it should be numb in there, but let me know if it hurts. And I'm like, what do you mean, let me know if it hurts? So then finally he goes in and suctions, and it's like really uncomfortable because he's like deep in there with a suction, like a metal pipe to like suction the back of my throat, like the back of my head. I don't know. It felt like it. But after that, oh my gosh. So after he suctioned it, I felt like I was breathing for the first time ever. Like, when I tell you, I've never had so much air in my nostrils, or I've never felt so much air that far back in my nostrils. Y'all been out here breathing, okay? Like, I was shook. I was like, it feels like there's too much oxygen getting in my nose, And so I was just shook. And it was just weird. It just was a weird feeling. I feel like I was still actually feeling really lightheaded because so much oxygen was getting in my brain. I don't know. It was so weird. That whole day, like after I left there, I still felt really lightheaded. I think just like I was just adjusting, I guess. Yeah, it was just such a weird feeling. I had never felt so much oxygen in my nose before. And I literally like went outside, like we went outside and sat down on the bench, and like after we like split ways or whatever, I literally just stood and like just breathed. It was just so weird. I felt lightheaded, but it was just like the strangest feeling. Like I felt like I'd never felt so much air getting in my nose like before. I'd never, I don't know, I kept on saying, I was like, oh my God, look, I've never breathed for this long with my mouth shut. And it was just like funny because it's like, I always thought it was just normal to not like breathe through your nose. Come to find out, it's not. And so here I am. What day is it? Okay, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm post-op day 6. Yeah, so Monday night, once I got everything out, that night I like for the like after I got it out, I was like, there was so much air. But then after, like towards the end of the day, like into the night, I felt like I was getting congested again, which he said it was normal because there's still going to be a lot of drainage for like a week or two. So I was just like so congested that night, and I just put the gauze back on because there's so much drainage. So I was just like trying to get used to everything. But that was fine. Today I'm feeling a little bit better. Oh, so Monday, yesterday, and today, my face is just still really tender and sore. Like, obviously, there was a lot of trauma activity, whatever you want to call it, in this tiny space. Like, my nose is really small. So it was just like a lot going on. So, I mean, I think it's normal that I've been really tender and sore and just like still feeling it. Like it's really raw inside my nostrils, like going up, like it feels like it's into my brain, but it's just like my sinuses and cavities and stuff in there. But today is a lot better. I still have pressure in my face a little bit, just like I think just like tenderness and like just getting used to everything. Like, yeah, so I feel better today. So I just wanted to kind of do like a reset day. I don't know if I would call it a reset day. Like I just want to get myself back to myself a little bit. I want to get out of the house. I mean, I got out of the house yesterday for a little bit, but I don't know. I just felt like really out of it still. But today I just wanted to like do me. I wanted to just kind of like get some work done. Like, so that's why I wanted to like go to a coffee shop, and run some errands, kind of like do my normal thing, just to feel a little bit back to myself. I need to return a couple things. I want to stop by the mall, this one particular mall. So I'm super lucky enough to have multiple malls around me, obviously, but I wanted to color match a couple concealers and foundations that I want to test out. But they only have it in stock at the Tyson's one, which is like the bigger kind of mall, or like they have more there, I guess. But so I'll be going there. So I'll be going to a coffee shop near there to do some work, and then I'm gonna hit up the mall and just like swatch a couple things. I don't know if I'll get anything, but I just wanted to kind of like look and just kind of like get back into my element, you know. So I'll do that, and then I was gonna say I wanted to go get a pedicure, but because I really feel like I need one of those, but I'm also trying to save money by not spending money on that stuff. it's just so expensive. So I painted my toes yesterday, and I just, put on some new Kiss nails. I also wanted to say because something I like to do when I'm trying to like reset is like go get fresh flowers for the house. But while I was like going through my recovery or whatever the past few days, several people brought me flowers, so that was really sweet. Like Brian got me some flowers one night, and then my aunt brought me some, and my mother-in-law brought me some, which was really nice. So we do have some fresh flowers, but I might just stop by Trader Joe's or something, take a look around, get some fresh fruit and groceries and stuff like that. But I would like to restock some groceries because I've been like so out of commission. I haven't been cooking and stuff like that. So I just want to get back to me and doing things that I normally do that I haven't been doing. So we'll see how that goes. I also wanted to pull out some fall decor, or maybe, yeah, I want to pull out some fall decor to like get into my fall mode. Like, I'm always in fall mode, but get the house into fall mode a little bit. I might stop by Home Goods or TJ Maxx and just see what they have, and maybe not get anything, but just kind of see like if there's a little thing here or there, nothing crazy. I just want to get out and like kind of be in my zone a little bit, like kind of like do things that I like to do and just like feel like myself again a little bit, because I have not been feeling like myself, I guess is what I'm saying, with everything going on. But I just want to like get out, and we'll see where the day takes me, but just have a me day, I guess. Okay, is that the vibe? Yeah, that's the vibe. Okay, now I need to go figure out what to wear. Okay. Also, I feel like that was the very first time I was actually able to like sit down and film a chatty get ready with me and not get sidetracked about the makeup. So that was pretty cool. But I hope the footage wasn't too long. So this is where we landed. This is a very me outfit, I guess. I feel like I haven't worn like skinny jeans or jeans in a long time altogether, but I don't know, I love how everything came together. I just have a very like just simple, but I don't know, I just needed to get myself together, but this is where we're at. And I just have to say, I am so proud of myself because I never, ever remember to grab my empty Nespresso pods to bring back to the store to recycle. And literally this is the only mall in this area that has a Nespresso boutique in it. And I always like collect them and like wait to bring them in. And I always forget them at home. So at the last second, I literally just remembered to grab these. I was looking for something else and I saw these and I was like, oh my God, let me grab those. So yeah, I'm super excited that I remembered to even grab that. So let's get going and let's go get some stuff done. So I just finished working at the coffee shop and that was so nice. I really just it was just nice getting out and just like getting some stuff done and just like being out of the house, you know? So I really want to try to make it more of a point to do that more often, because I think it's a good thing to just, you know, I think I can focus a little bit better outside the house, and I can get more work done, and I just feel productive, I guess. So I got some reading done as well, which was nice, and I'm just about to head to the mall. But yeah, I really wanna, this is almost like a reminder to myself to just do that more often, like make the time to do that. Like obviously I know not every day allows for that kind of time and like to go and do that. Obviously, like every day is a little bit different, but and not even every week is gonna allow that, but I do want to try to make it more of a point to like schedule time, or not schedule it, but like, yeah, schedule time to go do that. Like just go to a coffee shop, like find a cute coffee shop, go to it, get some work done, just like time block it, whatever, and just like whatever I want to work on that day. Even reading, like I really have been trying to get back into reading, to read more, journal more, all that good stuff. Like just, you know the drill. So I was able to get some of that done, try some new coffee. The coffee was actually good. It was actually like, it's, you know, hot outside, but it was actually kind of chilly in there, so I ended up getting a hot latte, and it's really good. I just got a caramel latte, and I asked them to like do half the amount of sweetness because I don't want it too sweet, and it was actually really good. So yeah, now I'm just going to head to the mall. Like I told you, I may or may not get footage there, like I may or may not vlog it, but I am definitely going to drop off these Nespresso pods to recycle. I'm definitely going to stop by Sephora to swatch a few things. Actually, before I go to the mall, there's also an Ulta near here, and I've been wanting to swatch the new Rem Beauty, the Ariana Grande brand foundation, the sweetener foundation or something. I don't even know why it's called that, but I've been wanting to swatch that because I've heard great things and I want to try that as well. So I might stop there first and then go to the mall. But yeah, at the mall I'll definitely be hitting up Sephora, Nespresso, MAC, and probably look around. I was probably also going to stop by Victoria's Secret. I want to get some new like nude bras because I feel like those are the ones I wear the most, so I go through them so fast. But like I've tried a lot of different bras, but I just feel like the Victoria's Secret t-shirt bra, I think it's like the t-shirt, I don't know if it's the t-shirt or the push, I don't know, one of those, it's my favorite. It just fits well, good support, good coverage, all that good stuff. So like it doesn't hurt my back and stuff like that. So yeah, I might do that. All right, I fished out some fall decor. I don't know if this is everything. I did not feel like going all the way under our stairwell, like where we keep, you know, seasonal stuff. So let's see what's in here. I'm sure this is not all of it, but do you think it's too early for this? Be thankful. Usually pull this out closer to Thanksgiving time, obviously, but I mean, should be thankful all year round. And I think the wood kind of goes, so we'll keep that one out. It's too early for this. I got our stockings. I usually hang them like, what just fell? I don't know what just fell. Usually I hang them there and like down the stairs like that. So we'll put this back in. I've got a couple of ceramic pumpkins. I don't know where I got these. I think someone gave me these, or gave us these, but they're just ceramic. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if I'm feeling these. I don't know. I'm just gonna, well, obviously leave them out, but this is one of my favorites. I got this a few years ago. It's just like a centerpiece vibe, like that. Like a little, looks like a little nest. So there's like this kind of woven, no, like a branches kind of together, but just around, like, let me see how I can show you this. So it looks like that. It's kind of like, you kind of have to play with it because it's like you can move these a little bit around. So it looks like that, and it's like a little black tray at the bottom and then glass, and then I put this candle in here. Usually I put this here where you're at for my centerpiece, for our centerpiece on the dining table, but I think I have a different vision for this year. I'll talk about it later, but I'm just gonna set that aside. And then, okay, what's the verdict? It is, we're halfway through September. Is it too early for Halloween stuff? I think not, because I always feel like if I don't, so I just have these like books. They're like little display books. I love this one. I just always feel like if I don't get my Halloween or any seasonal stuff, I feel like time goes by so fast. If I don't get my seasonal stuff out early enough, I literally get to have it out for like 3 days and then the season's over. So I think I'm bringing it all out. Yeah, I mean, I think it just goes with like cozier vibes. Like, yeah, maybe not like, the weather is not like completely with it yet. But I think it'll give it some time to like sit out and like be enjoyable before I have to put it away and then put Christmas stuff out. You know what I mean? And plus, I have to bring this guy out. Like, story on this guy is, we got him, I think at Home Goods or something, a few years ago. But ever since we got him, we keep forgetting to bring him out. Like, he's just been sitting in storage. So he needs to come out. And I don't know where I'm going to put him, but I love this guy. He is so cute. Look, with his headphones. How cute is he? I don't know. We need to name him, though. And then, oh my gosh, my iced coffee from this morning. Okay. Lastly, this is not the last of it, but I have these little witch's brew and snake venom bottles. And they light up, I believe. Well, they used to light up. Oh, this one still lights up. Can you see? It changes color, kind of. Yeah, but they're just, I mean, they're just good to have out, I think, for the season. But yeah, I think I have more of this kind of vibe somewhere downstairs, but I'm not gonna dig through it, and I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx and Home Goods tomorrow. That's what we're doing tomorrow. I'm excited. I was saying earlier that I try not to get too like caught up in it, because I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in like that like rush of like everybody's having their fall decor shopping videos and fall hauls, and I think it's so easy to get caught up in all of that. And every year just, and like, you know, everyone with their Bath and Body Works leaves candles and, you know, all that jazz, and to just get caught up in it and to just run out and just want to buy everything and whatever. And I get it, you know, there's obviously a temptation there, but because I haven't done that in a while, like I kind of just pick up a couple things here and there every couple of years. I used to, I think when we first bought the house, I was like always buying new decor and stuff like that, because we needed it. But I've found, or I've realized that, you know, once you have your own home and you collect all these knickknacks, you know, I think that it's okay every few years to like outgrow your decor, you know, like I think it's good to obviously have timeless pieces that you're going to have forever that like kind of will always kind of go, or things that you know is always going to be your vibe. And obviously you don't know that, but because your taste can change as you get older, as we mature, or as we evolve and things like that. And I think our taste obviously changes. So I think that I'm just in one of those years where I haven't really bought or decorated the last few years. Actually, I will say that I've been kind of in a slump, if you will. I've kind of been in a lull, in a funk, whatever you want to call it, the past couple of years, in terms of like, I haven't really been into decorating unless it's for Christmas and stuff like that. So I will say I've been laying low for the most part. Like, I think at the beginning I was really into it. I was really decorating a lot, and I think I've just been in kind of a weird headspace. I've been kind of in a it's been a weird time, you know. So I've just kind of been going through it a little bit, but I think this year I want to get back into it. I want to feel that excitement again. Like, fall is literally my favorite time of year. Like, nothing makes me happier than fall time. And I'm not just talking about decorating for fall, but I think I've kind of lost myself a little bit the last few years, and like in terms of I haven't really been excited to do it, or excited to buy stuff or decorate, or, you know, we've been trying to save money with the wedding and stuff like that. So I've just been kind of like in a weird space. But I think this year I'm kind of feeling it again. I'm kind of back into it. So I think I'm going to allow myself to obviously not go crazy, because I feel like I fell into this place where I was like, this is just such a waste of money, such a waste of time. Because, like I said earlier, you literally have the decorations up for like 2 days, and then it's a new season, you know. And I think that a piece of it too has become so commercialized, and you know, it's like, oh, buy all this junk that you don't need, but at the same time it's decor, you know. But I think I was getting into a space where I was making everything very neutral and versatile, in the sense that it's just our vibe, and everything kind of goes all year round. Like I don't really decorate for spring anymore or whatever, but I feel like I finally am happy with where kind of everything is looking in terms of like our core decor. Does that make sense? So I think now I want to get back into like revamping for certain seasons. I'm not saying I'm like full on back in it, like I'm decorating for every month or whatever. Like, absolutely not. But I think, yeah, I'm gonna go to Home Goods and TJ Maxx tomorrow and see what I can find after today. Like, getting back into vlogging, having been kind of out of commission, under the weather with like my recovery the last few days, and just like getting out today, going to the coffee shop and doing some work and vlogging, and just like, I just feel like I'm slowly kind of crawling back into my element, and I want to do these things, you know. And it feels kind of nice to just be crawling out of the slump a little bit. Not that I ever really shared being in it, because obviously, I don't know, it's not one of those things you share, but it feels good to like want to like get stuff or be excited, and, you know, maybe get like a fall wreath, or like, you know, just a couple things. Like, I'm not at all gonna go crazy, or like go get everything off the shelves and like go all out. Like, that's just not where we're at. That's not where I'm at. That's not where I'm at mentally, emotionally, financially, all of that, all of those things. But yeah, I'm excited. So that's just where I'm at, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm just going to play around with where I'm going to put everything, but also maybe wait and see what I find tomorrow when I go out and look. But I think I'm going to call it a night.